Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and today we're going to be looking at the Urban Carry holster, the Total Concealment holster. And I actually came across Urban Carry holster at one of my local gun shows, and I was pretty intrigued by the way that their holster works. So I asked if they would send me out a sample so I can go ahead and test it out and review it, and they went ahead and sent this one out to me, so I want to thank them for that. As you guys can see, their holsters are made in America, as you see here in the packaging. This particular one is their medium-sized holster, and it's left or right-hand carry. So it's ambidextrous, which is really nice. This is the packaging that it comes with, and obviously it's a lot different than what your normal holsters would be packaged in, which is really nice. So let's take a look at the back of the packaging here, and it gives you some information on the holster. You guys can see it's saddle-grade leather. It has a quick magnetic clasp. You can use it with your shirt tucked in or out, and it's comfortable while sitting. And that's the key form factor of this holster, which comes into play, and I really do enjoy. Because of the way that the holster and the firearm fit inside of it, it actually sits below the waistline. So it allows you to bend and sit pretty much on all day, and it's very, very comfortable. So as I mentioned already, this is the medium-sized holster, which fits my Glock 42. They asked me which model firearm I was carrying, and that's what it was, so they sent me out the medium one. As you guys can see, medium would fit the majority of these holsters here, but you do have other sizes, so small, large, and extra large, and there's some of the other firearms that those will fit. If you guys are interested, these are available at urbancarryholsters.com, but I'll go ahead and leave a link at the bottom of the video for that. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and get into the packaging so you guys can see what the holster looks like. So we'll open up from the top right here and pull the holster out. There it is. And again, as you guys can see, this is in a black leather. They also make it in a tan leather or brown leather. So if you guys are interested in either one of those colors, they are available in both. And you get a little sticker here, which is pretty nice. I really do enjoy their logo there. And onto the holster itself. So at first glance, you could see that this is a very interesting looking holster. You do have a pocket right here, which they designed so if you want to carry your concealed carry firearm or your concealed carry permit, sorry, in there, you're able to do that. That way you always have it with your firearm in your holster. But again, it's a pocket, so you can have pretty much whatever you want in there. Here is their logo on there. So again, Urban Carry, and this is the medium size there. Then on the opposite side, you have, this is what would basically be the front of the holster. So you have the top right here and then the holster itself. So obviously this is an inside the waistband holster, and the beauty of this holster is also that the complete firearm is actually holstered inside of this. So if you're the type of person that's kind of worried about carrying maybe one in the chamber without a safety or something like that, you don't have to worry about that because obviously the complete firearm is covered, including the trigger guard and things like that. So that's obviously a bonus factor. So again, this is a saddle grade leather, so it is very soft, very comfortable. The stitching is top quality all the way around, and also the the beveling of the holster itself, there's no sore spots or anything like that, especially because you're going to be wearing it inside the waist against your body and things like that. Even to the top right here, everything is nice and very well made. Again, that's very soft leather, and it molds to your firearm very nicely. After a couple days of carrying it in there, you'll find that the holster will start wearing to your body, and then the firearm will start wearing inside of the holster very nicely also, which makes it that much more comfortable. So right at the top here, you have the clasp. And the way this works is you have these two loops right here. I was actually using this with my 511 belt. I normally wear 511 belts, the bigger size, so if you guys are familiar with those. Not exactly sure what the size is, but it's the bigger ones. It was a little bit of a struggle getting it in through here. Again, the leather was kind of tight, but once I did, I was able to get it in there, and it's very secure fit. So just keep that in mind depending on what size belt you use. Now, the way this falls on my body, the belt loop that I would normally carry this, and I normally carry this appendix carry, falls in between right here, so it makes for a really secure fit. So I feed the belt through here, through the belt loop, and then through the other loop right here, and it's nice and secure on there. You have a magnet that's sewn into this portion right here in the middle, nice stitching all the way around, and then you have a metal plate that is sewn into the top right here, which makes very positive contact with the magnet. So you guys can see there, so it keeps it nice and secure, but it is very easy to get into and retrieve your firearm. So I have my Glock 42 here, and again, this is the 380 model, so it's a little bit smaller. it's clear, so there's nothing in there. And the way this works is once you have the holster on your body, so you have your belt threaded through the loops there, you can just slide your firearm in there, and again the firearm goes completely inside of the holster. And then basically what you do is you would feed the holster in behind your belt and in through your pants, and it's ready to go. So there it is, completely covered up. You don't have to worry about the trigger guard being exposed or anything like that, but it does give you quick access to the firearm. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and roll in a video so you guys can see what that looks like and how it works. All right, so I went ahead and threw on the Urban Carry holster, and as you guys can see, I'm wearing a button-down shirt that is tucked out, and I also have a t-shirt tucked out as well. Now, if I did want to modify that and tuck both of those shirts in, I can go ahead and do that and still continue to use the Urban Carry holster, and that's because of the way that the holster and the firearm ride on your body. After using the holster, I can tell you that it is very comfortable. I can do things like walk around, sit down and drive, and eat very easily, but also things that I take for granted, like crouching down or bending over to pick up something from the ground. I've found that with other holsters, whether I'm wearing inside or outside the waist, certain times the holster or the firearm might dig into my body if I'm doing things like that. So I end up having to modify how I grab something from the ground or something like that. Also things like grabbing something from a top shelf. If I'm carrying outside of the waist, concealed carry, then I'm always worried about what my garment is doing while I'm doing that. Again, I don't want to go ahead and lift my hand up so high that it's going to expose my firearm. So I end up having to either use my other hand or, modify how I do that. And again, with the Urban Carry holster, all that goes away. And it is because the holster and the firearm both ride below the waistline. So, there's no issue with it being seen or anything like that. It doesn't print and it is very comfortable. I'll go ahead and show you guys what it looks like on me now. And the only part of the holster that you do see is this part right here, which is what attaches to your belt. And it's basically a leather pouch. It could easily be mistaken for a small cell phone pouch. It goes horizontally on your belt, and that's what attaches the actual holster onto your belt. If you do want to go ahead and gain access to it, just lift up and pull up, and that releases your firearm, and you can go ahead and draw it. Again, this is my Glock 42. And then to reholster it is just as easy. Just stick the firearm in the holster, and then go ahead and push the holster underneath your waist and allow that to magnetically close onto itself. And there you go, and you're good to go. So with a couple of weeks use, it becomes very easy to go ahead and draw and carry and things like that. But as always, I do recommend that with any holster or any new system that you practice. With the practice, you're going to get a lot quicker. It's going to be a lot more comfortable to carry the holster. And that's the key thing with this holster that I found. Especially with new shooters, sometimes if you don't have the right holster or if it's not carrying the firearm the right way or anything like that, then you tend to leave the firearm at home more often than you do carry it. And I think with this holster, because of the fact that it is so comfortable and it carries so well, it's going to allow you to carry that firearm that much more and have it with you than you would with some other holsters. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and leave a link to where you guys can pick one of these up if you guys are interested. And again, very easy, just pull up and then your firearm is ready to go. And then once you're done, go ahead and put it back in, clip it down, and throw your shirt over, and you're good to go. So there it is. That is the Urban Carry holster. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Thanks.